Hello and welcome. Today I'm covering the Crash Sites level from Tomb Raider 3 as part of my April Adventures Tomb Raider 3 series, where, as you can see, I give my thoughts on the level I've played through most recently and show the majority of my footage, although edited down and very much sped up. This is my very first full playthrough of the game, and aside from the earlier levels, most of this I'm going in blind. Although when I hit a barrier, I'm not above finding a guide. And there's a tip I'm going to give you straight away on this level if you haven't played it. Press select, push up and have a look at the map. Yep, this one has a map of how to cross this swamp quicksand thing. You'll probably need it. I certainly did, because I never thought to look at my inventory to see if I had a map. Maybe that's just me being dense. Anyway, once you've gotten past the swampy quicksand of death type stuff, you make your way towards the crash site of a crashed plane. And you come across some dinosaurs, or raptors. Okay, fair enough. I mean, Tomb Raider already did dinosaurs in the first game, so hell, why not? And they've done much more fantastical things. But one thing I always found with Tomb Raider is the games, especially the first one, sometimes when the animals would surprise attack you and you would have this wolf or raptor or something come at you from behind where it spawned in behind you or somewhere you didn't see, the sound of its growl as it comes at you they tend to give you jump scares more than any actual horror game ever could. And sure enough, this level did it. And it wasn't even the first raptor I'd come across. But I really thought I was in a sort of a clear area. I really wasn't expecting to be attacked. I also got the MP5 for the first time in the game on this level, and it's largely needed as the raptors are fairly tanky and will soak up your bullets. There's also some dudes hanging around. I guess they're survivors of the plane crash, the crew the guy from the cutscene of the previous level mentioned, and they'll be fighting off the various raptors. Sometimes quite effectively, sometimes not. It's worth noting you'll get ammo from the MP5 from these guys when they die. Although if you shoot one, I think they will all shoot at you in future. So you can stand back and let them take out the raptors, or vice versa. It's also worth noting that it's around this area that I edited out quite a bit of me trying to work out where the hell to go, because I missed a very obvious path. But I stumbled onto something by accident, which you'll see shortly. You'll see me pushing up against these dark, shadowy areas, and it's like, well, is that darkness, or is it a path where I might need to use a flare? Nope, it's just a very dark dead end. But I did soon stumble into a similar looking area. I really expected it to be another dead end, and what do you know? It was a path. I think I've used the flares on this level more than I have in all the other levels combined. I also spent far too much time on this room, and much more than I should have. There's not a lot here. There are a couple of switches which you use to open the door that locks behind you. But I was expecting to find something more, so I spent ages running in circles looking for something. So I edited most of that out. And yes, this is it with me having edited some out. I was really convinced there would be something here. Some item or some switch to help me unlock something else. But no. Anyway, that's a good time to cue some music or to let the gameplay play, to show how long it took me to get to somewhere of note again. That's right, it's T-Rex time again. And yeah, it wasn't too difficult to beat, but I had to show my death in there because who doesn't want to see Lara get chomped on by a T-Rex? And as you can see, the reason it wasn't too difficult to beat is I found a good spot to hide in and cheese the bastard. Anyway, once he was dead, I then spent a bit more time trying to work out where the hell to go next, as this area was something of a dead end, although I picked up an item. So a bit of running around, and I found that obvious path that I missed earlier to be rather obvious, and I went down it, which naturally led me to a new section of the level where there's some raptors to fight, puzzles to solve, and more raptors to fight, this time in the trees. Once I found myself having traversed the necessary terrain and solved the puzzles to get across the river, I found myself in a dark room with some switches, and flicking the switches spawned raptors in a tight space. Deal with them, flick the other switch, climb up, get some keys off of some dead corpse dude, or dude's corpse, you know what I'm trying to say. I mean, even if I don't, you probably do. And then head back to the crashed aeroplane. And at this point, I was out of health packs and low on health. And it would have gone badly, but I managed to survive it thanks to abusing save states. I really didn't fancy starting the level over. Anyway, this takes us to the final section of the game, or not the final section of the game, the final section of the level, where you enter the plane, use the 2 keys you've collected in the cockpit, go down to the cargo bay where there's a mounted gun, and the 2 keys extend it out the back, and you get attacked by a whole load of raptors. But you have a mounted cannon to take them out with, which is quite satisfying, and watch them explode into gooey little bits. But with my low health, if one should slip by me, it was death, straight away. 1 hit and I was dead. But it's still not that difficult. Once they are taken care of, it's a matter of taking out a bit of the wall over on the left hand side, running and jumping to climb over, and it's the end of the level. Another pretty decent level, not an all-time classic, but yeah, not a nice one that wasn't too frustrating or too irritating, as long as you pay attention more than perhaps I did. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me. Whatever time is left on this video after I've finished talking, I'll just let it run, but there won't be much.